Hey guys, welcome back to another crypto video. Today I have some really important information for you guys on Ripple and XRP, but I'm also very excited to let you guys all know that if this video can hit 750 likes within 24 hours, we are again going to give away $150 worth of XRP. All you have to do to enter this giveaway, and there's still going to be 3 more giveaways, so make sure you enter. Go ahead and like this video right now, comment something in YouTube and in the Discord, looks like this, comment something right here so I know you exist, and make sure you have the notification bell on. Now, if we hit 750 likes, I'm going to open up this giveaway tab and you guys can comment to enter, and you guys will have 1 hour to all quickly place your entry in here, and then afterwards going to pick one winner from these also. That is how it's going to work. Make sure you ask your questions in the chat room if you still have any, and hopefully I'll see you guys there. So a really important subject for today, guys. Why everybody's buying XRP right now? Why the XRP community is so excited right now? What's changed, what's going on, and I want to quickly do a little bit of an update for you guys. Now, hopefully I can also do a live stream of XRP in about an hour or so, if I can get that going, everything works nicely, because I also want to talk about the retirement plan and talk about some other things that I just don't know where else to talk about for XRP. But what I found really important is the change in perspective from the community, and this video is not going to be like your other videos that you've seen in quite a while, so make sure you watch all the way till the end. First off here, what I do not have in any of these articles is the global coin from Facebook. There have been so many haters or just crypto enthusiasts possibly as well who've been hating very much on global coin, which is actually pushing XRP to another dimension of positiveness. It's been insane how many people switch from hating XRP as the banker coin to hating Facebook for being, not so good with privacy as an example, and kind of taking away the cryptocurrency aspect out of crypto, and a lot of criticism it has gotten over the last couple of days. But that has definitely been a factor for the slight enthusiasm shift or switch for XRP, which is really positive for us. But having said that, since I don't really know how to measure how much that has been, let's cover up a few other cool things which have really stirred up a lot of volume in the buying sector for XRP. As an example here, financial firms tease adoption of Ripple's powered XRapid. Of course, as anybody would have guessed, XRapid is coming along further and further, and all the way since it launched all the way back in October 1st of 2018, it has just been on a very good domino run. We all expected XRapid to really do amazing in the first year or so with some really bigger partnerships at the end of 2018. Didn't really achieve too much, but it was not bad. Reason for that being is that they finally explained to us that it's really a long process, and they're trying their best to get people on there, but they showed us with Xcurrent 4.0 that it really doesn't matter too much if they got them on Xcurrent or XRapid, because in the end, a lot of those partners will also switch over to XRapid once the smoke kind of clears, to put it easy for you guys. Thailand's Siam Commercial Bank recently told XRP enthusiasts to wait for further announcement regarding XRP. So we already talked about this in a previous video, but I want to re-mention it again so you guys know what I'm all up for. Would you be using XRP is what Jorge Garcia de la Cadena Gomez asked SCB Thailand. They said, we will be using blockchain tech for Ripple, but as far as XRP, you may have to wait for further announcement. And this is such a positive hint, because it doesn't say that they're going to be using XRP, but we didn't really expect them to. So it is definitely positive that maybe they're not going to only use Xcurrent, but also XRapid. Or maybe only XRapid, we don't know. Meanwhile, the UK-based platform MoneyNet Int, which I just talked about in my previous video, is going on the record for the first time about enterprise adoption of XRP. There's a few more things that I could discuss for you guys here about what XRapid has been up to or what Xcurrent has been up to. Doesn't matter too much, guys, as this will just keep going on every single day of the year. More and more people will start to hop into XRP and really hop onto the Ripple supporting train of being a Ripple or XRP enthusiast because of XRapid, because of Xcurrent, because of XVIA, because of the newer updates for Xcurrent, or because of possibly even Spring. And having said Spring here, what is actually so important that I don't have in any of these other articles too much, except for this one right here, is that Spring is actually one of the main focuses for the XRP ecosystem, or the other way around. Spring focuses mainly on the XRP ecosystem to really build it up, to really make it a lot stronger. And I think also a lot of people have really noticed now that Spring is no joke. They're funding huge things. Coil is coming out here. XRP Labs is doing amazing, and people are starting to grab notice of what the XRP community is capable of. So here the article states, building XRP use cases, will Stephen Thomas, of course the sort of founder of Spring, AMA trigger a Ripple rally? It's a good question to ask. Will it really launch a bullish run or trigger a rally? No, most likely not, as any AMA session is, good for information or good for the enthusiast, but it's mostly the things that are coming in the bigger conferences that really make prices spike. And even so, they most of the time don't really let the price surge that much. I don't really know what he could say in this AMA session to really appreciate the price. Only possibly if they have some crazy partners or some crazy ideas in the pipeline that are just so huge that people are going to really massively click to buy in. But I'm skeptical about that situation. Coil is a blogging platform to monetize content, rewarding creators with XRP or USD. It is a creation of Stephen Thomas, a former CTO of Ripple, and in the AMA session, the community is awaiting for gems that will probably spur participation, driving XRP above 40 cents. And again, guys, I told you in my previous video why you should not worry about the 40 cents mark. This is a mark which is going to be just drifted by, and I have another few things to show you guys as to why you should not worry about that, but just stay watching through this video. Now, before we actually get into some deeper stuff here, I do want to let you guys know that this whole video is by no means financial advice. I don't care if you buy or sell XRP. I'm not affiliated with Ripple or XRP or anybody like that. I don't get any XRP from anybody, right? It's been more than half a year since anybody has came up to me and just said, hey man, you want 6 XRP, or I don't even know how much it was, just for the fun of it. It's been more than half a year since anybody donated XRP to me, the smallest amount even. I think I'm getting, 0.00001 XRP or something on XRP Tipbot, like almost daily from one account. But for the rest, never get any XRP or anything like that. I buy every single XRP that I have. So please don't think this is all just one big thing to make you buy the coin. It's 0% that reason. I just did this out of the bottom of my heart because I think that this is going to be huge. It's a good investment, and I want to kind of portray it up to you guys by giving my own personal opinion and also possibly entertain some of y'all. But again, make sure you understand that this is by no means financial advice, as I'm not a financial advisor, or at least I don't want to be in this case. And yeah, it is all still your own decision. It's all a risk. Now, there's a few other cool things that happen right here. So there's David Walsh from Mozilla right now. He's a senior engineer and like another word right over there. And he's also testing and taking a look into Coil, which was pretty cool. And Stephen Thomas, we're just going to read this part, the former Ripple CTO and creator of the Interledger Protocol, ILP, will hold an AMA session on May 30th, so that's going to be coming up in a few days here, hosted in Reddit, and it will be interesting to hear what the founder of Coil has to say about their plans. The AMA will be a few days after Kava Labs announced the launch of Switch. There's a few more things, again, as I said, but this is all the most important stuff. But now, moving into the real territory of today, there's another cool thing that happened. C3 Nick commented on Twitter by saying, in case you missed it, Coinbase is praising XRP by stating, question, can I send other cryptocurrencies abroad like Bitcoin? And the answer was, XRP and USDC may be better suited for small international money transfers due to their faster processing and lower transaction fees. Even fierce critics are becoming strong supporters of XRP, e.g. Coinbase. And yes, right, this is the stuff that we really want for XRP community to really liven it up, to put some more enthusiasm, to put some fire on their butts, for the people to really have nothing to hate against, or really to give those haters a run for their money. Coinbase, even as an example here, is changing their minds into the positive spectrum here. It is doing so extremely well in terms of goodwill. Maybe that's a word I could use here. Everybody's been just extremely positive. It's the first time I can ever make a video like this to say that I cannot find FUD. Alright, I just showed you in my previous video one article that was explaining about why the price of XRP will go down, but that's another story, alright? There are speculations of the price moving downwards, but I don't really see that as bad FUD. I would more so see FUD when people are talking about XRP centralization issues, XRP biggest scam alive, XRP banker coin, things like that. But ever since Global Coin from Facebook came around, ever since a lot of these switches that I'm talking about right now are coming in, I really am starting to not see that too much anymore. Ripple price analysis. Ripple puts an end to the grapevine by announcing its growth motives loud and clear. Learn how MoneyNet made its global payment businesses more efficient and secure by joining RippleNet. A lot of these things are coming out now, guys. And I think there's going to be more and more coming up right as we speak. Right as we're talking about it, Ripple is really focusing on getting this domino effect rolling. We talked about this last year, how Ripple really needs a few of these bigger parties to show how the fruits are bearing, or how the fruits are working, or how they're doing, how they're looking. We're seeing it broad and clear right now. Ripple net users are showing that it's been amazing. Look at their smiles right here. You know, they're looking really freaking happy with all the money they're making right now. All the people they can please right now and grab more money with the big shuffles that they got. They're very happy because RippleNet is the thing for them, and it's really working well. I can already smell it right there. But moving forward again, because we got to move forward, there's so much stuff to talk about, is a very, very interesting thing. I told you guys a few times about the golden cross in XRP. But this is the first time that I'm really going to show you guys a few important reasons why the golden cross right now is actually way more important than previous time, and why golden cross a few weeks ago or a few months ago, if it formed that back then, it would have not been so good as it would have been now. A few other cool things, how to trade it possibly, and a lot of cool things to show you. So I want to look into golden cross, and I'm looking into it every single day for you guys, all right? We want to trade it. We want to make some money off of these trades because these are bigger ones. Again, I told you guys, don't worry too much about the 40-cent price because frig that, man. 1 cent price change. Do we give a shit? No. Hell no. And I'm going to give you guys more reasons for that in a second here. Now, another Twitter user by the name of Aussie Investor, and this one was Crypto Chris, by the way. Let me quickly follow them then because I'm reading their articles or threads. XRP approaching the golden cross on the daily, time to fly, and it's really coming along closely right now. That's what I was seeing in here, right? A lot of these comments are all like, oh, what? You know, people totally being astonished, people being crazy, going crazy about the situation. But then, of course, I went to move myself to TradingView, had to even make a new account because I lost my old one, don't know what happened to it. And then I found some other articles popping up, right? I found a little bit of theory and a few things that I really wanted to discuss. But first, we got to check into a little bit of the TradingView articles that I found. So one article, or one, how would you call these things, analysis that I found was major XRP breakout just days or weeks away, Cryptomaniac 101, and this one got a frick ton of views, 20,000 on here and 270 upvotes or likes, and that is actually quite a lot on such a analysis. And now he says, let's dive into before it is too late. We are currently sitting on 744 strong support line in form of a trend line seen below. Why is the support significant? Well, mostly because of the immense accumulation that we've been observing over the last 2 years. Even though to some it won't appear as accumulation during the times we had run-ups from $20 to $2.50 and above, on the grander scale, it will soon appear as just a minor uptrend. This is important to note here, what he says right there, right? Keep that noted in your back head. In the back of your head, keep it noted. On the grander scale, it will soon appear as just a minor uptrend. You have it noted? All right. Let's quickly get back to XRP to USD chart again, but this time also look at the accumulation period from 2017 to 2014 to 2017. He's doing that right here in this chart. We're not going to get too much into it. There's more stuff to talk about. As seen here, we are observing near exact movement as was seen back in 2014 to 2017 pre-major bull run-up. That's what he's explaining here, and you can just see it obviously. I don't want to get too much into it because there's so much stuff. What are these similarities though? Well, we have similar accumulation movement making newer higher lows. We have a long-term trend line which is active as a very strong support for both patterns, and we also see similar formation of symmetrical triangular pattern and breakout. I'm also keen on pointing out that back in 2014 towards early 2017, we observed similar patterns where we had an exceptionally long support line and accumulation, followed by over 80,000% uptrend from support line. And this is where it starts to become crazy, and where I started to really kind of think this guy was, you know, a little bit cuckoo, but also kind of fun and has a point. So in our previous video that we did earlier today, we were discussing about how the previous run-ups from XRP really did not look like much if you compare them to what we are seeing right now. So here back in 2013, there was a crazy bullish run for XRP. In terms of Satoshi, it was actually doing pretty good. In terms of price, it was doing jack shit. Because it actually got to like 4 cents. And you know, for current times right now, that is actually really, really low. But back in that day, there was like a huge bull run. People went berserk over that. And even back here in 2015, I think it happened once more, a little bit of a run. And here in 2017, the beginning, people were getting ecstatic of the prices that XRP was seeing with like 2-3 cents again. People went totally crazy. Even I personally, around this time, went totally nuts for the volume that it was getting at once and all the price that it was accumulating. I was like, what's going on with this coin? Why are people so happy with Ripple, as it was called at that time still? Why are people so happy with Ripple, on the CoinMarketCap at least, right now? I was so confused. I didn't know what was going on. And at that point, I really started to look more into it and more into it. But now reflecting back on these periods, it looks like nothing happened here, right? It looks like for the last 4 years here, it didn't even exist. If you were to tell somebody that XRP was created in 2017, they would probably still believe you, right? They don't even know. All these years before, they have no idea of their history because it's so hard to tell. And all these bull runs that were years ago do not really matter too much anymore. Do you already see where I'm going? The bull runs from way in the past do not matter to a lot anymore. And same goes for this one right here. At one point, possibly, this run that we saw in 2013 is going to be equal to this run right here. What I'm trying to say there is that this run might look like it's crazy huge for you guys. It might look like the biggest thing in the world. Wow, a run that went up to $3.90 or whatever it went up to, $3.92. Wow, that's so huge. But at one point, there's going to be an even bigger run, just like happened over and over again in the cryptocurrency space. It happens all the time. Even here, look at this, guys. So what happened here is March, it was a 2 cents, or April here, ran up to the moon. People were like, what is this 28.5 cents for XRP? People went crazy, threw their windows out of their houses, ran naked over the streets with bananas in their hands. But then at one point, it just started to go down more in terms of price, just down, and then at one point, it shot up to the sky. People went totally crazy again, and most likely that's what's just going to happen right now again. And these time periods are just really different, right? But that doesn't mean that the percentages are going to be different as well. Again, historical movement does not mean future movement, but there is a correlation to a certain extent, and I want to explain that more with a few things that I have for you guys here. So moving forward here, he actually explains a lot of what the prices and a few really ridiculous things. Here he's talking about, again, historical patterns, but this is, guys, from XRP to the BTC. Here's BTC analysis for a bull flag, really bullish on this again. BTC to USD, timing next bull run, yada, yada, yada. BTC to USD today, bull run begins. And you can see that he's definitely positive on the whole space. But what is more interesting is that his trade is active. And that's also what people are saying here, trade active. So he did trade already, and he's long. He's long on XRP, so he went long. Did you already watch, though? Did you already watch what I just showed you guys? I think a lot of you missed it. That what he's referring to for his buying, right, he's long, what he's referring to is this big chart right here. Are you guys noticing something really, really quite interesting? Right, here's a 744-day support, but are you guys noticing something really quite interesting? Hopefully you are. Is that his targets are quite a ways off. His targets are at, like, how much is this? For almost $5. This one at like $50. $580-ish, $990, and then there is another one at, let's say, how much is this? $2,300? I saw some people say $2,800 in the comment section, but I think it's about $2,300. That is right there. Could be $2,800, frick if I know. It doesn't really matter too much. You guys get the idea, though. He's crazy bullish on these predictions, guys. He's crazy bullish, and a lot of people are reflecting this as they are also very, very much happy with him making these analyses. A lot of people are also calling him a lunatic, though, and I can understand that because 2,000 for XRP is really, really quite high, and we've seen a lot of these discussions happen before. Bearable Guy 123 predicts XRP to go to 2,296 by May 2019. You got 4 more days or something like that, right? This was predicted half a year ago. It's not really coming through, not pulling through. Who expected this, right? Realistically, nobody. Who expected it to go to 2,400 by May? Nobody. If you did, you really got to rethink about primary school right there again, because that's just a little bit too crazy for yourself, all right? And even if this video might be titled something along these lines, please understand that I'm not actually thinking that the price is going to go to $2,400. I don't want to say ever, but I don't think it will be doing that in my lifetime, right? I don't think $2,400 is going to be seen in my lifetime. Even if it were to hit 589, it will be extremely unlikely and very, very far away. Or unless XRP and the whole crypto space are just going to be changing the way we see money, the way the world moves and everything, it's going to be crazy. It could be. Could also be, guys. It's something that we're not accounting for because we just don't know yet. The whole world could be changed with XRP and with these cryptocurrencies. Some people don't want to accept it, but it will, and it can. Now, what Hobbit Stomper here actually really, really explains in a very good fashion, which is why, again, I pulled up this article, is for his breakdown of what these prices would actually mean. And then also some extra knowledge added to that. So he explains again why these prices that are so high, so $100, $589, $900, all those prices are crazy unlikely, but in theory could happen. And he's also explaining again what valuations mean, what global wealth is, how it all works, how global wealth is changing, how crises have worked. And I recommend you guys all to check out this tweet. I will actually read through it all the way at the end of this video. So if you are interested, make sure you watch all the way to the end, because I will go over it and give you guys some extra information on this. It is just so important to understand how money actually works. And fun fact is that a lot of us don't even really understand. GDP and things like that are actually kind of vague concept, as they're created by people, right? I mean, global wealth. Define it right now for yourself. Define global wealth. All right, you've done that, cool. But now, how does global wealth change? How does it get added to global wealth? And what is the real maximum, right? And how are market caps really created? Is market cap really only what people put into a company? Or does it change when people think differently of a company without people exchanging what they put into a company? And more of that is coming in this comment here, which is really exciting to me. It was just amazing. But moving forward, another cool analysis that I saw on TradingView, which I really thought a lot of you guys should see right now, is this right here from Shevelev, whatever his name is, and he was talking about the Golden Cross again, which got me excited. All right, in this article, or in this analysis, they might also be talking or referencing the Golden Cross at the right top. No, they're not. All right, I was just talking about this article then. It was referencing the Golden Cross and getting some crazy moves to the upside. Again, to about 78 cents, somewhere along there is what they're looking at. And to myself, I was wondering, like, why that? Why that point? Again, it actually already makes sense for me really much after looking into it a little bit more. Here's XRP to BTC if you're interested. Here's XRP to USD. And you can, again, check out what these prices have to go to then whenever this occurs. But then I went to look into a little bit of historical information. Again, this is a good analysis to read for if you're new. Some people are really calling it bullshit since, let's read here. Are you stupid or high? You need to study a Golden Cross is when the price is above those levels. XRP is still very bearish, and until it gets above the moving average is dumb shit. See what happens when LTC got above its 50 and 200-day MAs. There's no exact rules, you dumb shizzle. And there is a lot of buts and why it could be bullish or bearish. I put my risks in this trade and I know my stop loss. So respect the house rules and learn some proper risk management. See ya. Risk management is 99% of trading. Please keep that in the back of your head. Risk management does it all. Know how stop losses work. Know how to trade. Know what your boundaries are. Know what you're doing. Don't go all in on one trade. Work with percentages. Work with risk management, guys. Take it in. But let's get into the chart for XRP to USD. So in here, we got a moving average and another moving average. Which ones are they? Well, we got the 200 and the 50-day moving average. And I just got the normal moving averages here. You can use EMA, SMA, doesn't matter for shit. But if we look back into the past, I cannot even see that far back right on here. I think you can look further if you really want to, but I don't really care too much about it. But I want to look at when the last crossing or golden cross was of XRP to USD. And it was on April 9th, 2018. So I wondered what happened after the golden cross was met, right, on April 2018. So exactly after this golden cross was met, right there, the price shot up. Literally, like this is the most easy thing for anybody in the world to see. Golden cross, bull. Golden cross, bull. And we can actually see the percentages if we just quickly press it to see how much it is. And it is about 100%. All right, I'm not doing it correctly right now. I need to pick the bottom actually. Let's quickly see if we can grab the bottom. I think I can do it with shift, or what is it? Yeah, shift. Click on the chart. Sometimes I'm derping up, guys. Here you can see it's about 100% that it has increased right there. Just right in there, back in that time, it increased by 100% just after the golden cross was met. Having said that though, we are really getting close to a golden cross. And you might be wondering, oh, but didn't we hit a golden cross right here? Well, we just did not. And the reason why I actually find it a lot better that we did not get a golden cross right here is because of one of the rules with golden crosses. And if you're not familiar with any of them whatsoever, avoid wide spreads between moving averages. This spread is too wide right here, parabolic move into the gap. So what happens a lot of the times is that people start to really trade golden crosses with bigger gaps. But what happens with these bigger gaps is that the prices are really unpredictable. and golden crosses kind of derp up there when the spread is way too heavy. That's just what you got to accept for yourself right now and understand that for a little bit. You don't need to know much more of it. If you really are interested though, make sure you just check it out and look into golden crosses, what they mean and what they do, or what they indicate. But if a golden cross would have occurred here, it could have actually meant almost nothing, which would be bad for us. Or it could have still been a lot more bearish than we expected. But right now, since the golden cross is coming up soon, we gotta, take a look at this trend, or I don't even want to call it a trend line, even though it kind of is, and just kind of mimic it over here. So let's say as an example, it's going to happen, May 30th? Should we call it May 31st? End of May here. This is exactly the line that was drawn at that time. So even if it were to happen on, let's say, May 30th, right, and where do you think the price is going to be at? Doesn't matter, wherever you want. Here's May 31st. Let's say the price is going to be at this point. Oh, wait, where's May 31st? May 31st, even if the price is right here at 35 cents, it's going to spike up all the way, right? Let's actually quickly check. It's going to spike up all the way. It's even hard to imagine, guys. It's even hard to imagine for me right here. It's going to spike up all the way, even if it goes all the way from here to right here. That's exactly what it's going to spike up to, and that is insane from my personal perspective. For my personal opinion, that is insane to witness, to see. So again, we can calculate it real quick. Pick any point right here. Let's say it just goes within this pattern. Let's say it goes about, right about here, 2nd of June. I don't know how many days it took. Doesn't matter, guys. We're just going to look at 100% increase and how big it would look. I can't even see where we're at right now. That's just how insane this is looking. Let's actually go back a little bit to see how we are forming. I actually should check how many days it took, but I think it took about 10 or something like that. It's going to take 100%. We'll be right about there. That's a little bit far, though. Let's see here for, let's do 1st of July. About like that. Does that not look insane to y'all? Does that not look insane to y'all? I think that's really astonishing. So here it went from April 4th to about May 4th. So about a month that it actually took. And here in this case, again, we were drawing it from about the beginning of June to about the beginning of July. Just again, simply put. But look at that shape then, how good it would look. You can pull it down a little bit if you want to, since this is going to about 75 cents. You can pull it down a little bit, might end at 70 cents. But that's again why people are actually referring to that 80-cent mark all the time, because they're expecting a huge move to happen relatively soon. And even, if you're not believing in TIA whatsoever, so many people are, and I guess it's something really positive to see, as it is kind of fun to see it from this perspective, to look at the charts like it is something funny. And again, guys, this is not financial advice, as this is just a really simple, even oversimplified explanation of what can happen. There's so many other things that could occur, that could break this, or there are reasons why the golden cross could be extended further. We don't really need to get into that too much right now. What is important is that this could hypothetically happen, and I don't want to miss out on that, right? So that's why I kept buying more XRP. That's why I made more videos. That's why I keep telling you guys about this coin. And most likely, that's why a lot of other YouTubers are doing that right now as well. They want to prepare you for the runs that could be coming, not because they're getting paid to do so, or not because they really want to show XRP for their own benefit. Because again, I don't give a shit if you buy or sell that coin, right? It's not going to do anything for me if you buy or sell. Your 50,000 XRP is not going to make my day any different, since I'm waiting for these bigger moves. If we were to wait for 1 Satoshi difference, I could possibly try to convince somebody to buy XRP so I can quickly sell it. But again, I don't give a crap. I'm not selling right now. So I could even better tell you guys to sell your coins so I can buy more at lower prices. So please, again, don't think that I'm doing it for that reason. Please, it's really kind of hurting if people say that type of stuff. It hurts. But again, guys, these moves could be coming, and I want to be prepared for if it does. FOMO is kicking in really bad for me after seeing all these numbers. If I'm doing something completely wrong, let me know in the comment section down below, but this makes a hell of a lot of sense to me, right? You might be saying, Dust, you're full of shit. We're a year past here. It doesn't work this way anymore, right? Going across after here, it's just a coincidence. There's no indication that's going to be happening the same way, just because here you can see the golden cross is actually below where the prices are. But again, there's no official rules to where a golden cross should be for anything to count. You could say that the golden cross is below the price is going to be bearish. Could be, but this makes a hell of a lot of sense to me. All right, it does make a lot of sense. It's something that could happen. And again, even if you shift it downwards, it still kind of results with the same thing of just an amazing price. But that is, I believe, what the person was referring to at the bottom of this article in the comment, that the golden cross should be above the price. But you might also believe this article right here of the price hitting $2,200. You might, all right? Maybe it's even $2,800. Freak if I know. We don't give a shit. It's too high. It could be happening at one point in the future, but I'm not counting on that one. $60, all right? $5, even $50. These two things, something I could root for, right? Something I'm thinking for the future. Once we're looking into $650, $900, $2,200, you're looking more into hoping and dreaming more so than really realistically speaking about the price ever going there. Could again hypothetically happen, but it is very, very unlikely to really do so. And that is why I'm not encouraging you guys to really hope for those prices, as I am personally thinking that that's going to either happen in a very, very long time, possibly not even our life zones, or it's going to really change our perception of money, change the perception we get of wealth, how money works around the world. Global wealth is going to change. Everything around money is going to change because of crypto. Could also be another thing, or yeah, something crazy again. Maybe aliens are going to invade and they give us a new cryptocurrency or new currency, which is going to just change the world. They give us a new sort of metal, precious metal, which is going to increase this global wealth by 50,000 times. I don't know, right? But realistically speaking, I think these 2 points are a lot more doable in our lifetimes, or at least in a couple of years here. $50, very, very far off, but it could hypothetically happen. $5 here will surely happen. $10, I'm also really convinced it will happen for XRP within some time here. But now, guys, I think we covered most of the important things. I want to quickly talk about this cool comment here and just quickly read through it, have a few comments for you guys. But make sure you guys check out the Discord. I already told you guys, make sure you go ahead and check it out right now. A link for that is in the description below. Also, make sure you check out these other articles and other things, So, buy yourself a hardware wallet. I keep advocating for this thing because it is so important to have your funds in somewhere where you own it yourself. Keep your funds in a hardware wallet if you have the ability to. Previous video, I gave you guys an explanation about why it is always worth it to buy one, but make sure you guys go ahead and do that right now. A link for this in the description below. Also, make sure you guys check out freebitcoin.in. You can grab some free Bitcoin here. It's free, so why the frig not? That's why I'm sometimes telling you guys about that as well. Make sure you guys follow me on Twitter, DusTBC, so DusTBC with the in front of it, just as simple as that. And also having an issue with the XRP tip bot. I tweeted it out just now, so make sure you guys check out my tweet if you know anything about the XRP tip bot. Maybe somebody will answer me, maybe they won't. We'll see. I'll update you guys more on that. I'm trying to get my XRP tip bot installed on my phone, but it's not working out. And I'm trying to reach out to some of the people who know about this, but I don't know who to contact. Maybe it's a really common issue. Frig if I know. Have not looked into it too much, but I will after this video. Maybe I'll do a live stream after this as well, right? Maybe live stream in an hour. Make sure you tune in for that. Maybe half an hour even. I facepalmed so hard each time I read people saying XRP can reach hundreds or thousands or even $10,000 like Bitcoin did. First off, I myself have invested into XRP, and I'm almost certain that XRP will sooner or later be the top one cryptocurrency. I work as a programmer, and the entire concept of blockchain is indeed great, no question. Though there are better applications for the use of blockchain technology than cryptocurrency. I still like the idea of cryptocurrency both as an investor and a fan of the tech. Regarding the 589 very common prediction of XRP that became famous throughout 2018, the theory literally basically says that at some stage all cryptocurrencies will fail and everyone will move to XRP, basically giving all the value of all the other coins towards XRP. Will it then hit 589 or $2,396? No. Any person with a basic understanding of economy can tell you why XRP will never, and that's a little bit of a negative Nancy move right there, but never reach 589, let alone $2,396 within just days or weeks, nor will it even reach $100 probably ever. And what he's actually referring to here is that the time frames that we're setting for it, so here May 2019, he might have changed this title. Maybe it was December or January 2019 first, but now he changed it to May because he's back into cryptocurrency and people are now looking up this article. So maybe he changes it every month to make sure that people stay watching. Maybe it was already predicted for May, could be, I don't even know. But I just found this video right now. But let me explain. All the money on the planet on Earth combined, including all cash, coins, and banknotes, all bank accounts and money markets from all countries and all currencies in the world, is valued at around $91 trillion. To put that into perspective, all the gold in the world is worth about $7.7 trillion. The entire global stock market, that means all the public companies worldwide, are valued at $73 trillion. XRP currently has 40 billion tokens in circulation and has a total of 100 billion tokens in supply. The remaining 60 billion tokens are held in an escrow account by a Ripple company, which they own, and it's estimated that in 5 to 10 years, with a little bit of difference in estimation as we discussed the last couple of weeks here, as there are a few issues with that, all 100 billion XRP tokens will be in circulation. To make the calculation easier, let's say all 100 billion XRP tokens are already in circulation. If XRP hits $100, its market cap makes up 11% of all the money in the world. If XRP hits 589, its market cap makes up 65% of all the money in the world. If XRP hits $900, its market cap it makes up all the money in the world. And if XRP were to go up to $10,000, it would create a market cap of XRP for $1 quadrillion US, which is again just times 1,000, and that's 11 times more money than there is in the entire world. That is more money than all the global cash, all global minerals, oil, silver, gold, diamonds, platinum, uranium, etc., all global stock markets, all global real estates, the entire world GDP combined. I hope this helps you realize that it can never hit at $10,000, and I don't think anybody was actually expecting XRP to ever hit $10,000. If you really thought so, then something might be wrong right there, but okay. What about 589, right? The prediction that we're making a lot. What about that? Technically speaking, any asset or company in the world could be valued higher than there is money in the world, right? Because that is how the value goes up. So it could always happen. Or in the case of 589, 65% of the money in the world, because a value of an asset does not, or which would be 65% of the money in the world, because a value of an asset does not mean that the amount of money is actually invested into that asset, which is definitely true. For example, if there are just 7 XRP coins in circulation right now, and those coins have gotten the value of $65, as an example, right? They got that by demand and supply as an example. But now an 8th coin comes out and people don't buy or sell the first coins anymore. They're just holding on still. Nothing is happening to them. The 8th coin also gets that same price that the first coins had. And that actually increases the total market cap, right? Even though it could be that there's no actual single dollar extra that came into the market, it will increase market cap. Even though possibly it could be that in our economy, in a small economy here, we only had $7 in total. But now an $8 came next to it because another coin got added. Even though nobody had the money for it. It got added though. It's a little bit of a vague concept, but that's the easiest way I can explain. For example, if I have 100 bananas and I sell one banana for only $1, then I could say that my 99 remaining bananas have a market cap of $99 and all bananas have a market cap of $100. If someone else buys a second banana from me for $5, I could say that the remaining 98 bananas have a market cap of $490 and all the bananas have a market cap of $500. Even though I have only received a total of $6 for 2 bananas and all 100 bananas are valued at $500. That's even easier to explain, but I thought my explanation might have, I don't know. Amazon is valued at $750 billion. I mean, it's already over $1 trillion now, right, in it? But that doesn't mean that $750 billion was invested by Amazon by its stockholders. The exact number that was invested is unknown, but it's always much more, or much less, than the market cap. That's how it works with market cap for stocks and cryptocurrencies. For that reason, a market cap can get really high or even exceed the world's entire cash. However, such crazy values are not sustainable, which is the whole point. Especially not in the market of cryptocurrencies or stock markets due to the price only increasing by investors, who eventually cash out when they're happy at the ROI. And the asset then always end up with major crashes like the Tulip Mania in the 7th century, Wall Street crash 1920, dot-com bubble in the 2000s, financial crisis 2007, 2008, or 2009 even. They all started and ended with the same issue. An asset received such a high market value within such a short time, and all investors received such a high return on investment, they all cashed out to fiat currency, creating an instant crash in that market. In case of XRP, if the market has such a high value such as 589, many investors want to sell their XRP for US dollars or fiat currency, especially if a price skyrockets by multiple thousands of percentages within a very short period. Many people are going to want to cash out. It's obvious. The majority of the investors will cash out, and if many investors cash out, the price drops rapidly. An asset that slowly receives a value of 1,000% across 10 to 20 years will not end with lots of investors cashing out at the same time, hence the price will stay stable. If only 10% of the investors of XRP want to cash out at a price of $100 per token, that would create a world cash redistribution of 11%. 11%. And that's something to take a look at, but we're also going to be taking a look at that in our new retirement plan, which is going to be coming in our live stream in an hour or so. Or maybe this video is going to take a hell of a long time to render. I see we're already 40 minutes in. Sorry for creating such a long video for you guys. I've never done a 40-minute video, I believe. That's insane. It's going to be 45, money, baby. Sometimes that is unheard of in human history, a redistribution of 11%. Not even during depressions and world wars. No bank would have enough money to pay investors, and what happens if there's not enough money? They won't be able to sell at such a high price because no one can buy, so the price starts falling rapidly. This is when the bubble bursts, leading in an instant crash for the entire value of those coins by up to 99.9%, which is one issue that we could see with these higher price tokens. This is Economy 101. If your market cap is higher than there is money in the world, and if that value is reached in a very short amount of time, it is a non-sustainable market that will crash instantly. XRP can go up to $10, $50 over the next 5 to 10 years, and in 20 to 30 years, if the market is stable and it slowly raises, it could go beyond $100. It could. At $1,000, it would have the same value as the entire world's money, which makes it highly unstable. While $100 or $200 is economically possible, it is still very unlikely to happen within a short time period here. Again, if we're actually talking about 40 years from now, it is actually already starting to look really, really realistic for a coin to hit that value. But again, that's dark and far into the future. This is basic economy, and everyone that says otherwise is very poorly educated about the very basics of the world economy or creates false information on purpose. Please don't believe this 589 bullshit. It was created by a group of people who invested lots of money into XRP and realized that there's no boom for another few years. So now they want to find a way to artificially increase the price, creating some viral idiotic theory that will lead to FOMO just so that they can cash out if it hits $2 to $3. Common sense, statistics, and economic predictions, or okay, that's an easy, strange way to form it. Predict that cryptocurrencies will crash for another while until it recovers. In maybe 2 to 3 years, it could reach $3 to $5, and in 20 years, it could be at $50 to $100. If it does reach $5 within the next year, good for me and everyone else that is invested, but it's not realistic, and I'm disagreeing with that one right here. If any bullish run does hit again, $5 is definitely possible. $5 is not a crazy price prediction that's going to change our perception of money and change the whole world. $5 is perfectly fine. Whatever we're talking about, 20, 40, $60, we might be talking about a different sector here, because then we're really starting to look into some issues with cashing out. But that is also because, as an example, if the price goes to $60 per XRP coin, you could be stuck with millions and millions and millions of dollars in XRP, which is going to be very hard to cash out. And I can understand that. Unfortunately, in our society, it's always the less educated people who are with low income that end up getting in those rich, quick schemes and almost always end up losing their money. As a human being with morals and ethics, I find that very frustrating. I also, guys, again, I'm not from these better houses. I wasn't rich ever, so I can definitely understand where he's coming from here. It is almost always the lower income guys that want to get rich quick because they've always lived in poverty, as an example. You know, they're looking for a way, but they don't know what is real, what is not real. Ignorant in this space because they've never really seen this type of money before. They've never seen these types of, things before. It's really a new concept for them, a new perception of getting rich with buying a coin. Like, what? And a lot of these richer guys, just to speak easily here, have already been into stocks where their dads, as an example, or mothers, whatever you want to say it right there, have already taught them the values of money and the perception of wealth and how to sustain it, what risk management is possibly as well. A lot of these lower income people have never heard about that, have never heard about money management. They don't know how to do so. They don't know what these risks are. They don't know how scams work to the finite detail. I think that's a major issue in this space as well. For that reason alone, I really do hope that this information helps a few people who are not educated about the global economy and keep investing because of these unrealistic expectations, and then cash out at a loss when the expectations are not met. Thank you for reading. And again, guys, this is something I really had to update you guys with, just to really possibly change your perception of what XRP is going to do. And again, even though I'm so positive on these prices, I think $50 is going to be achievable for XRP, no problem. Even $100 I think will happen in the future. 589 is something I'm dreaming of, but I don't know if it can ever hit. And if you're really waiting for 2,300, 2,000, 1,000, whatever prices to hit, you're living in a dream, which could be realized. Don't get me wrong, it could happen, but it's going to take a very long time or a miracle of some sort to occur in the cryptocurrency space. So again, everything up to $100 I think is perfectly realistic. You're all the way fine if you're just holding on long enough and the conditions are met in the cryptocurrency space. So with the right conditions, it can happen. But if anything above that, you know, I'm seeing as kind of crazy. All right, even though $100 is again already kind of crazy, I still think it can happen. Guys, sorry for making it such a long video. It was never my idea to do that. I've never done that long of a video. My mouth is fully done talking here. I don't know if I can do another live stream later today, but I will try to. Make sure you guys press the like button on this video for all the effort that I tried to put into this. I've been looking into this all day, guys. I've been looking at crypto, XRP things literally for the last 7 hours straight, looking at my computer, looking at more information to give to you guys. So again, if you appreciate this all and you watch all the way to this part, go ahead and do write sock, you know, or write green sock, something like sock in the comment section, so I know that you watched all the way till the end. And if you did, all right, maybe I'm gonna give somebody a little present, you know, maybe a little tip or something on Twitter, on the XP tip maybe something like that. Now, so guys, make sure you tag me in a lot of these articles that you find, or a lot of these threads. So if you're reading this, you're like, oh, this is interesting, I need to let Dusty know. Just press on it and go ahead and go tweet a reply at the DustyBC. Just type it like that and press reply, so I see what you guys are talking about, so I see more in the cryptocurrency space, because with my own 2 eyes here, and just my people that I'm following, I don't see all the XP news. So make sure you guys do that right now, and I'll see you guys again in another crypto video. Don't forget to share this with everybody that you want to educate on XRP prices, and I'll see you again in another crypto video. Take care, everybody. Have a nice day.